few students. Initially everyone was scared, they were confused, but that's the same thing with any new product that's introduced. You just don't know what to expect from it. And there was a bit of resilience initially from the students, they did not like it. However, now that we're quite a bit through the year, everyone seems to be happy with it, especially those students that have to hand in their work off campus, such as the law school. It just seems easier, and as far as I'm aware, not that many people had issues with them. However, I do think there should be a bit more education beginning of the year, especially for the first years, to explain, maybe have a lecture on it. However, I definitely think the union should continue supporting Turn It In, as it is a good system.
I personally felt the bite of Turn It In, submitted something, couldn't view it, didn't get the email, worrying about it, and it is that unknown system. I think there's been a lot of effort put into changing it to Turn It In, and to try and reverse that now would be sort of silly, but I do think there needs to be some sort of extra training to all lecturers. Not all of my lecturers knew what it was, how to use it, and they've learnt alongside us. So I think they need more training, I think we need more training on how to use it. I know that SU produce a great leaflet on what Turn It In is, but actually are lecturers giving this out? Do they know where they can get it? Do they know that there's a link on the portal that tells you frequently asked questions? Probably not. So actually making it more accessible for the knowledge and the things that are out there. I do think it's one of my manifesto points that everyone should have a practice run at submitting something to Turn It In before we're potentially picked on as students, that we could be under scrutiny for not getting an email, as I know many people have, or not thinking about uploading and then checking it, whereas the old system used to let you do that very quick, or hand it in, you saw it in your hands. So I do think that there needs to be a stronger standpoint of this is what you can get, this is what you do, and this is where you get it from. Simple how-to videos along with the leaflet and everything being online, but also more information from your lecturers, and just simply at the start of your year, a practice go, okay, we're going to do this essay, practice Turn It In. If it's not submitted correctly or something goes wrong, just for this one time, it's not a problem, it's a new system. And I think that would have been vital at the start of this year as well. Being a third year student, it was coming back to a whole new system. I wasn't sure what was going on, and I'm sure it was even worse for master's students, like doctorate students. It's something completely different. And first years will be the same with them next year, so I think a practice run would be a great way forward.
I've actually addressed Turn It In my manifesto. I do think in theory it's a good idea, it should work, we should be able to finish our work and as soon as we're done, pop it onto Turn It In. But it's a broken system, the library facilities just aren't up to scratch to support it, and any time that you get a large volume of people trying to hand in, it goes down. What I would like to see implemented in regards to Turn It In would be an optional system across departments voted by the students whether or not they want it, whereby they can choose to sort of maybe go back a year, but to a system that wasn't necessarily flawed and hand in paper copy. If there's an issue, the department's got it, why can't they then scan it in and put it on Turn It In themselves?
I think the Students' Union should support Turn It In. I really believe it adds credibility to all University of Chester degrees, because people who haven't done their own work aren't getting credit for it. I believe that it improves students' study skills as well. Academic writing skills are better because of people being a bit worried about Turn It In, and as long as the support is there for if something does go wrong, I think that it's a really good system, and the Students' Union have got things in place to support students who need it, and the Students' Union should be fighting the university to improve their study skills support as well.
Well, I think the Students' Union should see it as a useful attribute. Unfortunately, there have been problems, you know, what's the word, like crashing before like assignments are due to the influx of people. But I think it is useful. It saves money for students having to print out, which is like the price we pay for printing is ridiculous. So it saves that. I really if there's a way that we can try and make a better system, I think we could do it, and it would be even better. But unfortunately, we can't at the minute. So that's something that I would try and change as VP of Education. Try and make a better system for submitting work.